You'll notice on your sheet I circled your answers, and I tried to locate if you had like 1, 4, 7, 6 instead of 1, 6, whatever it was. If you had them lined up in the right order but in the wrong blank, I tried to give you credit. Okay, I'm not trying to fool you. But when somebody writes down in their chronology that Muhammad was born before Jesus, you've missed the whole point. The whole point is Islam is part of the Abrahamic tradition, and it's the most recent one. It's not earlier. It's much newer than Judaism. It's quite a bit newer than Christianity. And if you don't know that, you've really missed the boat. And I hate to say it, but that's what this is designed to do, is see, do you understand sort of the big picture? What?
All right, you should probably call me question first.
I'm calling
it. All right, like in the future, like for a future test, if you could do it like in multiple choice, and you could have like this happen before something.
Okay, I'm just saying. I did find all this, but I'm saying like. Okay, this is the kind of test many teachers in most schools use. I copied this design from another teacher that wrote the book on this stuff. So if you don't get my format, then try to figure it out. There are lots of clues like the directions, earliest, most recent. It's pretty clear what I'm asking you to say. But the thing that bugs me is that some of you are apparently, not all of you, and certainly only a few of you, are relatively clueless about chronology. You don't know when things happen. And it's very frustrating when in a history class, which is about that if you don't know that, you should know that. You should say, come in. No, very few, if any of you, came in during office hours for help. Hardly anybody ever came in, I know, after school or before school. Nobody said, can I meet you at lunch or before lunch or during?
We came at lunch and you left for half an hour.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, right before the test.
Well, see,
I think it was more than that.
That's
more than
no, I was back 15 minutes before class.
Right, but then everyone else was coming in when it was louder and we weren't as focused.
Okay, sir, I apologize. Things, kids come up to me in the hall and say, can you help me? But my point is, lastly, Andrew, could you put your hand down while I'm talking, please? I see you get your hand. Is don't wait until the day before the test to have 35 questions. I had juniors in here who were panicking. I had freshmen in here who were panicking. And they all waited till the last minute. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Okay, but see.
And what I'm trying to say, and I'll say it really clearly, is that the review process for something like this begins tomorrow for those of you that are going to be here in June. If you master the material at the end of each week, or on Friday you come in and you say, I don't understand what you're talking about, then you don't have to cram the last minute and memorize 4 pages of review sheet, because you've been doing it 10 minutes every day or half an hour every week. Okay, does that make sense? I'm not here, I've taken this test and I did pretty well.
Got a B plus.
I know.
That's just weird.
I'm just trying to help. And some of you I think are receptive and others of you are rolling your eyes, and so it gets kind of old. So I'll go on to the next one. Andrew, what's your question?
I was just confirming that Ashoka
Maggie, if you're going to talk, you can either go out there or sit here. But you put Natalie in trouble because she's talking to Andrew.
No.
I know, but you were, and now you're listening to her. And I don't
You
want
have paused and you're talking.
Please, just get over here, please. I'm not here to try to babysit. Okay? Now, I'm sorry, it's okay. It's frustrating.
About shirts.
So, Ashoka started Buddhism, right?
No. He converted to Buddhism, and then he sent missionaries from India to China to convert Chinese people to Buddhism.
Okay, what year-ish did that happen?
About 240 BCE, as this map up here indicates. Many times we had this map up. Ahsoka, 250 BCE. Andrew.
Yeah.
See? That map was up last week. That map was up a month ago.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just confirming that, so I know.
Okay, there's nothing on here that we didn't at least ask you to read about, and 99% of it we talked about. Okay, here's a hint. When it says short answer 3 points, what do you think a 2-point answer looks like?
Too short?
There's something wrong with it. It's either incomplete or too short. Okay, but you could get full credit with 1 sentence. Okay, if you're accurate and you're precise.
One long sentence.
No, here's a full credit answer. The Dome of the Rock is holy to the Jews and the Muslims.
So I didn't have to
Semicolon.
write all of this?
Semicolon.
Come on.
How about the Dome of the Rock is a shrine to the Muslims and also holy to the Jews.
And the
So you would
Christians.
give us.
No, it's
three
not
points
holy to
for
the
that.
Christians. It's not holy to the
With the,
Christians.
yeah, that's what I meant.
So you would give us 3 points for.
If you indicated that the Jews and the Muslims honored the site for different reasons, okay, to the Jews
Wait.
it's where Isaac sacrificed Abraham, where Abraham sacrificed Isaac, and to the Muslims it's where Muhammad apparently went to heaven and came back.
But that's in the Bible too, right?
Muhammad is not in the Bible.
No, not Muhammad. I'm talking about the other one.
Yeah, if you
Jesus.
okay. In other words,
No.
you guys.
Okay, did that have anything to do with the Dome of the Rock? Jesus?
You were groping for a name.
Philip is right.
Did you just say Philip is right? Are you kidding me?
Why would I-
Jesus.
He, Alabama.
That's a state.
Boy, I'm not having a good time today. I'm here to try to help you, okay? It's not a big joke, Andrew. You did pretty well in the final, but why you turn it into a big...
I was
Can we just get on, please?
He was asking a question about the test.
What's the question?
No, all I said was that the Dome of the Rock is also important to the Christians because Abraham and Isaac, that happens in the Bible too.
That's true.
And so I've forgotten the names of Abraham and Isaac, and
Okay,
so I was
okay.
just okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in. A short answer can be short. It doesn't have to go on for a paragraph or a page. But there are such things as partial answers. So when something's worth 3 or 4 or 5 points, and you get 2 or 3, you might ask yourself, well, what else could I have done to get full credit? And that's all I need to say, is that there are ways to maximize your response. And it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be long. That's all I'm saying, it just has to be precise. Okay, the second question gave a lot of you fits and gave your teacher fits because you didn't distinguish between characteristics and legacies. Does anybody know the difference between a characteristic and a legacy?
A characteristic would be like their ruling style or
Okay, good.
like the
Okay,
prison-
features.
Yeah, features.
What's a legacy?
A legacy would be something that lasted after it ended.
Perfect, you got it. A legacy is a long-term consequence. Okay?
Or something good.
Consequence can be good. There are good consequences and bad consequences. Consequences aren't always bad. It just means results. So the question is asking you, describe what this thing was like at the time, and what difference did it make 100 years down the road? Yeah.
Can like a legacy also be a characteristic in some cases?
Sure, like the Confucian civil service exams were features of the Tang Dynasty, and they were
That's
also
not
legacies. They were also legacies because the Koreans borrowed them
Oh.
hundreds of years later.
Okay.
Okay, that's a legacy. Okay, next page real fast. Number 3, either you got it or you didn't. Some of you still don't know the difference between the Hadith and the Quran. Oren, what's the Hadith?
The hadith is like a collection of descriptions of Muhammad written down after the Quran.
Perfect. The Hadith is not divine. Only the Quran is from God. Okay, the Hadith is about the Prophet. Yeah.
Isn't there more than one of the hadith?
Well, there are lots of chunks to the Hadith, lots of sections to it. But it has multiple authors over many years. Okay? And that, you need to know that. You'll need to know that in June. Okay? Just because we're not studying Islam necessarily. Final exam.
Is it
Okay.
a final of the year or final is not?
For me, it includes like we will talk about Islam later on, like the Ottomans. So you still need to know the Quran and Muhammad and all that.
Are we gonna review this?
Mr. Herrick, for next semester, can we not do the thing where we follow Miss May's thing? Can we just do our own thing?
We are not, it's not up to the teachers to design the curriculum. The curriculum is already there, it's permanent.
No, but
You've
do
been
like,
working here.
and how are they both wrong?
Our job is to get you to 10th grade, okay?
Okay.
And in 10th grade, they have 3 teachers in 10th grade, and their job is to get you to 11th grade. So I can't say, oh, let's study Peru for 2 weeks.
No, that's not what I mean.
He's
That's
not
not what
saying
I
like
mean.
just saying like don't do exactly what I'm saying.
I don't,
You're a
I
different
don't.
teacher, so you
I
can
don't. I
change
just,
it a little bit.